Southern California has a new modern home for NFL football, and it is this place, wondrous SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Green Bay Packers and the Los Angeles Chargers. Here's the former UCLA Bruin, Ka'imi Fairbairn, to get this one started. And we are underway in Southern California. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On second and 11 now. Rodgers out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Defensively, they came into the game with the understanding they're going to have to slow him down on passes just like this because he was over 100 yards receiving a week ago. And you know they want to get him involved here as well.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Looking deep downfield. He's got a man complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Even later into his career now, there aren't too many guys that can launch it downfield with accuracy better than Aaron Rodgers.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's 3rd down. You're trying to get off the field, and then wham, you have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
And the final number of the next-gen stats, that ball traveling a full 59 yards through the air. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
On second down, Whitfield. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Got a man. It's Tunyon. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Up the middle they go. Whitfield, and he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. A great play there with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. A try here for the extra point. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers.
Makes the score Packers 7, Chargers 0.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he's got some space here. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say, 200 plus?
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. The Chargers at 11-2 now. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a...
And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to take possession here at their own 33. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and you can't do it all on one throw.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And they're in an early hole. First drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. This defense for the Packers, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
On 2nd and 12, Herbert. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. On the return is Jones. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They currently sit 1 game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. They'll keep it on the ground. Whitfield. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Sebastian Joseph Day able to record his 5th sack of the season. That's a step in the right direction defensively here because you're facing this sizable deficit. They're going to need more plays like that. A good sack, though. Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is, as you said, a step in the right direction. And that means it's something to build on. So you get the first one, and hopefully that can ignite them. And now they can make a few more plays and get back into this game.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
But whatever they called on defense, they made sure they were ready for the pass on that snap, made the proper adjustments, and helped force an incompletion.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of a first as he's tackled at the 47. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Charger drive about to get going. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
And they'll use him out in the backfield and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. Herbert now. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
On 2nd and 11 now. Herbert. He finds his target, Allen. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
It's caught at the 10, and all the way in for a Charger touchdown. A great effort there, with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Chargers have cut it back within a score. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. This is caught as Christian Watson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Rodgers going to throw. And complete once again to Watson. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
On 1st down, Whitfield. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And it's a Packers touchdown. Robert Tonyan, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Packers go up by 2 touchdowns. Justin Rohrwasser now for the PAT. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score Packers 21, Chargers 7.
After the touchdown, on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp. and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Back to throw here, Herbert. And that one's complete downfield to Allen. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. That one good for 26 and a first down. Up the middle with Eckler. And some room to maneuver. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
On 1st and 10 is Spiller. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Herbert. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Herbert. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Now they empty the backfield and motion the man left. The final shot before the break for Herbert. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. He's at the 40, the 20, and into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Well, no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick 6.
And it's plays like that one that have made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trail as we get back underway. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Charger drive about to get going. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Eckler going to get it again on second down. And some room to roam now. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Packers pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half. And down 3 scores, a lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Running on first down, Eckler. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 58 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. On second down, Eckler. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Herbert. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Gerald Everett from 10 yards out. And the Chargers are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and it's now 28-14. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Yikes, a 40-yard loss really sets them back now for second down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. 3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves them still needing 11 here on third down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Going up top. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Taken from just outside the 30. A nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
The Charger drive about to get going. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Ekeler going to get it again on second down. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 89 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. It's Ekeler again. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Ekeler, his 25th touchdown, tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Chargers have got it back to within a score. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. And his throw here is incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Throwing now is Rodgers. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Charger drive about to get going. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He'll get this out wide to Ekeler. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Once more, here's Ekeler. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Eckler now between the tackles. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Herbert. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers are going to get the football back at their own 17. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Rodgers. This one complete to Tunyon underneath. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. That's taken in. Trey Nixon. He's going to have the 1st down and more than that. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers. He finds Watson. It's caught. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And picked up by the Chargers. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make...
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Rodgers now on 1st down. And that is incomplete.
Coverage was excellent downfield. I think he was more throwing that football away than anything else.
Yeah, absolutely, because everywhere he looked, they were covered.
Sometimes it's better to go ahead and be convinced that there's no place to fit in the football than to go ahead and force it and turn it into a bad play.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Here's Rodgers. He shakes him off. Oh, no, he lost the football. And picked up by the Chargers. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. good. 5, and he takes it back to the house. It's a fumble recovery and a Charger touchdown. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they force the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And the question, can they turn that interception into points? A tie game for the moment in the fourth quarter. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. That's taken in by Watson. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. To throw, it's Rodgers. Pass complete, Tunyon. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
I like what they did there, still keeping their tight ends involved. They understand it's not quite Hail Mary time just yet.
Rodgers to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Now Rodgers. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
The Charger drive about to get going. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. First down, and they stick with Eckler. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Right back to him on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. A gain of 3, second down. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. This from 51 yards for the win. It's on target, and it's good. From 51 yards out, he drills it. And this whole crowd is in a frenzy as their guys have pulled it out of the end. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. Just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for the Chargers, they continue to roll as the win gets them to 12-2 on the year.